Apparently what I was doing when I was sending energy down my arm was sending my river of gold down my arm. I now use that constantly in relaxation, and it's a really, really powerful tool for people. So I went away and I spent some time thinking about walking. I have a little girl, and she was then 3 or 4, 3 maybe, anyway, doesn't matter. She was young. And so I got my walker. Mum, what have you got your walker for? I'm going for a walk. What are you walking for? We finally got out the front door. Stopped. Too hard. No, keep going. Every time I stopped, I sent my river of gold into my legs, into my arms, whichever was going offline. And I got down to the gate, I think was my first walk. I came back exhausted. The next walk was down to the corner of my street. I lived on a very short street on the corner, so it wasn't very far. A few days later, I got across the road, and eventually, one day, a friend of mine came to pick me up from a cafe, and I packed my walker into the back of her car. She said, "You sure you're all right?" And I said, "Well, no, I'm not sure, but we're about to find out." So we had cake, I wasn't drinking coffee at the time, but we had whatever. And she said, "You sure you're all right?" No, I'm not sure I'm all right. I'm so not sure I'm all right. But, so she drove along beside me. There's confidence for you. And I had my small person, and walking along, I've never heard so many questions in my life. Why are you stopping? Why are you walking? Why are you stopping? Why are you walking? But I got all the way home. I cannot tell you the triumph in that. It's extraordinary. So then I started chopping carrots, using my wallet at checkouts. I went wild. By the time I got back to Module 3, which was... So we started in May. Module 2 was September. Module 3 was end of November, beginning of December. My wheelchair was outside. I only used it for long walks. I had my sticks. We went away over Christmas. I came back for the next module, no wheelchair, no sticks. And since then, I've been back in my wheelchair twice, once for 2 weeks, once for a day. The last time was a couple of weeks ago, after a transatlantic flight. And the power of this is extraordinary. But the power of my journey is even more extraordinary. Every step of the way of this production of this book has been transformative in a way that is so deep and beautiful, it's almost too hard to describe. To write the book, I had to heal the most painful times of my life. I had to face them. I had to deal with the people in them in such a way that I could write about them with love. I had to write about people and situations that were very difficult. And each time I revised it, I had to do the same thing. And I meditated. Before I wrote, I meditated. And it was almost like my higher self was telling me, giving me back my life. And out of that, I found love that I didn't even know existed. I found kindness and generosity in the people around me. I found community in my life. In my life. Not in someone else's life. In my life. And I'd never had that before. What a gift. And last week, when I discovered that this is my spiritual journey, another gift. And this morning, in thinking about coming here, how was I going to give of myself in such a way that you were free to accept it in whatever way you were going to accept it? And I thought I understood unconditional love until this morning. I thought unconditional love was about loving the person regardless of what they did. But I think this morning, today, I found a new subtlety to that. And it's to give without expectation. To give freely, to give of yourself regardless of whether the feedback might be good or it might be bad. That's God's love, I think. And I would like you to take a moment to just close your eyes and feel what it might feel like to you to receive that kind of love. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to change any aspect of who you are. All you have to do is breathe, and you are loved. You can tell someone they're bad, they're good, they're ugly, and it doesn't matter, because you're still loved. To me, to give that love is freedom. And I hope that by standing here and giving you my story, giving Drew my story, giving the world my story, that you are bathed in that love. So I give you my story. I give Drew my story. Thank you so much. Have I got a few more moments? I was going to take you through a visualization, but I won't because I don't have time, because I've talked too much and I'm so sorry. If you would like to visualize, if you would like me to tell you how I did what I did, you can either read the book, because it's in here, $26.99 out on the desk outside. I will become a marketer. Or approach me over the next couple of days. I'll also be at all the modules over the next few weeks. But what I'd really like to do, if it's okay, is to read the last page of a chapter called The Spirituality of Healing, if you don't mind. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay, cool. Ultimately, I have realised good and bad are the same. Either way, we grow and learn or stagnate, depending on our attitude. I have learned from my own experience to look for the lesson in even the smallest of moments and feel gratitude for all experiences. And this has given me freedom from dependence on my life being perfect. Sometimes life seems far from perfect. Sometimes life just is, and that's enough. My lesson is to surrender to what is. Embrace what is, and what happens next is joy. A little bubbling well of joy that is increasingly close to the surface, arising in the most unlikely of places. Perhaps for me, this is the essence of my journey. A simple 9-letter word beginning with S. Surrender. There are no boundaries, nothing to defend, so surrender. Surrender to the present and everything else vanishes. And my favourite verse from the Gita. Bear with me because this is heartfelt. Letting go of everything with your whole heart, take refuge in me. For I will free you of everything that causes you pain. There is no need for fear or worry. It has become a mantra for me. I chant the Sanskrit every day. Me can be God in whatever form you worship. The void, your higher self, or simply the present moment. Allow your mind to be so open and accepting of the person or events right in front of you that past and future yearnings become irrelevant. Oh, and yes, I can cartwheel on a good day. So thank you. Enjoy, I hope. Thank you.